Make informed choices that dramatically shift the odds in your favor. Let's start by understanding what cancer actually needs to survive and grow. This knowledge is your foundation for making smart food choices. Cancer begins with a single cell that goes rogue. Mutations happen constantly in your body. Right now, as I'm speaking, cells in your body are dividing, and occasionally, mistakes occur. Most of the time, your body's quality control systems catch these errors and fix them. But sometimes, a mutated cell slips through the cracks. For that single abnormal cell to become a problem, it needs specific conditions. Think of it like planting a seed. The seed alone isn't enough. It needs soil, water, sunlight, and the right temperature. What if I told you that the next meal you eat could be the difference between feeding cancer cells or starving them? Right now, as you watch this video, your body is either creating an environment where cancer thrives or one where it struggles to survive. The choice is literally on your plate, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to do about it. Before we dive deep into this life-changing information, do me a quick favor. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications for Healthify Hub. We're here to bring you science-backed health knowledge that actually makes a difference in your life. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. Let's get started. Here's a startling reality that most people don't talk about. Statistical data suggests that a significant portion of the population will face a cancer diagnosis at some point. Now, before you feel helpless, here's the empowering truth that changes everything. A substantial percentage of cancer cases are actually preventable through lifestyle choices, particularly through what we eat. Think about that for a moment. While you cannot rewrite your genetic code, you absolutely can influence how those genes express themselves. Your daily food choices are sending signals to your cells right now, either telling them to behave normally or creating conditions that allow abnormal cells to flourish. Cancer is not just about bad genetics or random chance. Modern research reveals it's deeply connected to metabolism and immune function. The foods we consider normal, even those labeled as healthy, can silently create the perfect storm for cancer development. But here's the good news that should excite you. Once you understand the science, you gain the power to make informed choices that dramatically shift the odds in your favor. Cancer cells are similar. They have specific requirements. And here's where it gets interesting, because food plays a role in every single one of these requirements. First, cancer cells are incredibly hungry for energy, specifically glucose. They consume sugar at rates that would shock you. Cancer cells prefer a faster, less efficient method that burns through glucose rapidly. Second, cancer cells need growth signals. Insulin and insulin-like growth factor are two major players here. When these hormones are chronically elevated, they give cancer cells a green light to multiply. Third, cancer needs inflammation. Chronic inflammation suppresses your immune system and protects abnormal cells. It puts your immune system to sleep on the job. Finally, cancer needs a blood supply. Through angiogenesis, tumors signal your body to grow new blood vessels to them. It's like building their own highway system for nutrients and oxygen. The standard modern diet supports these cancer requirements. But when you understand this, you can flip the script. Certain nuts and grains can contain mold toxin. These include aflatoxins, produced by molds in warm, humid conditions. Aflatoxins are among the most carcinogenic substances found in natural foods. They are strongly linked to liver cancer and DNA damage. Foods at risk include peanuts, almonds, walnuts, pistachios, corn, and certain grains. Nuts are nutritious, but we must be smart about buying and storing them. Aflatoxins develop during growing, harvesting, or storage in humid conditions. Once formed, they do not break down easily with cooking. When buying nuts, check the source and choose brands that test for aflatoxins. Discard any discolored, shriveled, or moldy-looking nuts immediately. Store nuts in cool, dry places. Refrigeration or freezing is ideal, and opened packages should be used within a month. Nut butters require extra caution. Choose reputable brands with proper quality control measures in place. Pay attention to cooking methods. Marinating meat before grilling can reduce formation of harmful compounds. Avoid charring or burning meat. Lower temperature cooking methods like braising, stewing, or baking at moderate temperatures are safer options. Consider the overall pattern of your diet. If you eat meat daily, you're likely missing out on the cancer protective benefits of plant foods. Aim to include at least several meatless meals each week where beans, lentils, tofu, or other plant proteins take center stage alongside abundant vegetables. We need to have an honest conversation about alcohol and cancer. This is an area where the science is quite clear, even though it's a message many people don't want to hear. The International Agency for Research on Cancer classified alcohol as a Group 1 carcinogen back in 1987 based on sufficient evidence linking it to multiple cancer types including mouth, throat, esophagus, liver, breast, and colorectal cancers. The relationship between alcohol and cancer is dose-dependent, meaning more consumption leads to higher risk. But there's no completely safe threshold. Even light to moderate drinking carries some increased risk, though it's substantially lower than heavy drinking. How does alcohol promote cancer? The mechanisms are multiple and well established. When you consume alcohol, your liver metabolizes it into acetaldehyde, a toxic compound that directly damages DNA and interferes with DNA repair processes. This creates the mutations that can initiate cancer development. Alcohol also causes nutritional deficiencies that impair cellular health. It depletes vitamin B1, also called thiamine, which is crucial for mitochondrial function and energy metabolism. It interferes with folate absorption, and folate deficiency leads to errors in DNA synthesis, increasing mutation risk. Additionally, alcohol acts as a solvent, enhancing the absorption of other carcinogens into your tissues. This is particularly concerning for people who both drink and smoke, as alcohol increases the damage tobacco causes. The combination is far more dangerous than either habit alone. For women, alcohol has the added effect of increasing estrogen levels, which is thought to contribute to its association with breast cancer. Even moderate consumption has been linked to measurably increased breast cancer risk. I'm not here to tell you that you can never enjoy alcohol. That's not realistic for many people. And the social and psychological aspects of moderate alcohol consumption are part of many cultures. But you should be informed about the risks so you can make conscious choices. If you drink, limiting consumption is wise. The less, the better, from a pure cancer risk perspective. If you're at elevated risk for certain cancers due to family history or other factors, minimizing or eliminating alcohol becomes even more important. Let's bring this all together because knowledge without action is just interesting information. You now understand that cancer cells require specific conditions to survive and thrive, and that your food choices influence every one of those conditions. Cancer needs glucose, and you can limit that fuel source by choosing low glycemic, high fiber carbohydrates over processed sugars and refined grains. Cancer needs growth signals from hormones like insulin and IGF-1, and you can keep these in check by avoiding blood sugar spikes. Cancer needs inflammation and a suppressed immune system, and you can counter that through nutritency anti-inflammatory foods while avoiding the ones that promote inflammation. The specific action items are clear. Be careful with nut and grain storage to minimize aflatoxin exposure. Choose quality sources. Inspect what you buy. Store things properly, and don't keep nuts around too long. Dramatically reduce or eliminate added sugars and processed carbohydrates. Build meals around protein, healthy fats, fiber-rich vegetables, and moderate amounts of whole food carbs. Be smart about meat consumption. You don't need to eliminate it, but emphasize unprocessed varieties. Watch your cooking methods, and make sure meat doesn't crowd out the fiber-rich plant foods that protect against cancer. If you drink alcohol, understand the risks and make informed choices about your consumption level. Remember, this isn't about perfection. It's about consistent patterns over time. You don't develop cancer from a single meal, and you don't prevent it with a single perfect day. What matters is the overall trajectory of your daily choices. Every meal is an opportunity to either feed cancer or fight it. The power is genuinely in your hands, and now you have the knowledge to use that power effectively. If you found this information valuable, make sure you're subscribed to Healthify Hub so you don't miss future videos where we'll dive even deeper into specific cancer-fighting foods, supplements, and lifestyle strategies. Drop a comment below if there's a particular aspect of cancer prevention you'd like me to cover next. Your health is your most valuable asset. Treat it that way. Make the small, consistent choices that compound into major long-term benefits. Your future self will thank you. Stay informed, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.